Hello, Tansi. Bonjour. My name's David Garneau, and I'm calling you from Regina, Saskatchewan, where I live. I am a professor of visual arts at the University of Regina and curator of the Biennale of Native Art in Montreal. Well, certainly every time I visit Montreal, it's one of the first places I go. And you recently acquired one of my paintings, not to confuse politeness with agreement. I'm working on a series of still life paintings, which suits this COVID time very well. I've arranged small collections of things, usually a few books and a stone, piece of rope or chain, a few things, and they're metaphorical. They have narrative and metaphorical meanings, and usually the title gives a clue as to what I'm doing. But I'm also working on a large commission piece that I can't tell you about because it's a secret, for an Indigenous pavilion in Edmonton at the Fort Edmonton Historical Site that I've been working on for months, and I'm really excited by. It required a lot of community involvement, talking to elders particularly, to figure out how to do this thing correctly and in a way that can inspire. Well, this is my studio. So I'm in a very tiny space now that's about 6 feet wide and 12 feet deep. And normally I have a much larger space. The University of Regina is very generous and it gives us, all the faculty members, a studio space. And I never thought I could work at home, but it's been delightful. Space is a little cramped, but it's working quite well. And it also has given me time for introspection, and rather than making, say, larger works or thinking much beyond this space, I've tried to make things that can work in a space this small and yet have a larger engagement with the issues that are going on at the same time as COVID. No, I'm looking forward to continue this. I'll be working on these public commission pieces and on these still lives. I've been really impressed about how much information you can pack into a still life and create a lot of resonance in readership. So as an artist, I have a retrospective in Calgary at the Nickel Arts Museum starting next January. And then these still lives will debut there and then tour and hopefully be part of a book work. I'm always writing and thinking up other projects, so who knows what'll happen next. Nadia Mair's wallpaper comes to mind right away. The room that the painting that the museum collected, called Not to Confuse Politeness with Agreement, is in this incredible room of Indigenous art, contemporary Indigenous art. I'm so proud to be part of this collection, but the way it's offset by Nadia's wallpaper just makes it amazing. You think you're in a Victorian space and suddenly you read this nuance literally written on the wall. So that resonates with me. There's so many other fine pieces. You go through kind of an Asian and African space before coming to the Indigenous, and it's interesting. The whole colonial narrative is quite engaging. So I think a wonderful job is done by recent curators and people involved in decorating and creating those spaces. Has been a standout. So what artists are you inspired by at the moment? Of course, the project that I'm working on at the BACA, the Biennale of Native Art in Montreal, has inspired me. We have over 50 artists, and my heart is most resonant with the beaters. So we've got many beaters. I won't list them all, but Judy Anderson and Catherine Blackburn, Karina Wolf, Flora Reich, Catherine Boyer, Sharon Cherniak, Sherry Farrell-Rissette, who's the mother of many of us, in a sense, intellectually, and thinking about Indigenous art. I just hope everybody's keeping well, and if you can, make art and see art, look at art online, and as things are opening up, go and enjoy art. It's certainly something, the absence of real live art in these past few months has been something I think many of us has felt. So I'm hoping the galleries, concert halls, theaters will all be full of people enjoying themselves and seeing what they're missing. Thank you very much.